As far as valuation in for-profit organizations, I'm going to speak a little bit for the for-profit side, being a consultant that consults primarily those kind of organizations. It was refreshing and interesting for me to see that there's still the project and program and portfolio spirit at the UNIDO, but there's a total different way of looking at the valuation and evaluation of projects at the UNIDO, because you guys don't necessarily measure the validity or viability of your projects based on return of investment. Now, you mentioned beforehand triple bottom line, stuff like that. What does the UNIDO do to apply an evaluation at the beginning of the project, and how does it market its output? That's a word we need to take a look at, right? Towards the end, because donor nations want to know what they're spending money on, right? There's a lot of money that's being spent by UN organizations, and somewhere along the line, even if you're a non-profit organization, you have to kind of stand up to them.
Absolutely, yeah. So we had a system of evaluating projects, and all project officers are trained in this. And we had a very good training unit that put us through several stages of understanding the system, because it's crucial that we all work on the same basis. And the idea here is that when UNIDO does a project, it achieves a certain output of that project. And that output are concrete things, measurable things, and the project officer or implementing person of the project is responsible for achieving those outputs, and it's in his domain to achieve those outputs. These outputs can be things like number of people trained in something.
So some distinct measurable, deliverable, concrete, or set of deliverables that are achieved by the end of the project.
Right, and the project has inputs. Inputs are funding that goes to various categories.
Various tasks, various processes,
travel,
procedures,
consultants, meetings, etc. And the output. So one of the things they look at is how efficiently, how well have the inputs been converted into outputs. But that's the mechanical part. That's the easy part. The real issue is, have those outputs resulted in something that is what is actually desired? What is desired is not the outputs. What is desired is, what will those outputs achieve in terms of what their effect will be? What will be the outcome?
So if we were to say the output is the immediate deliverable, then the next word we're going to take a look at, and there's variables to this vocabulary, would be the outcome, or the benefit, would be midterm. Some of you might be familiar and be fans of something called OKR, which stands for Objectives and Key Results. This is a formalistic approach that addresses exactly this issue. The UN has its own vocabulary, but I find it very profound, and I think it shows from an advanced understanding that projects are often a means to an end. We don't want to just focus on the means. Okay, how many people are trained? But we need to think,
what do those people do?
Yeah, what are we going to do with them, right? I think one of the examples I think we recall from Nigeria, we weren't involved in that project, but I think maybe you might have been, was that I think there was a fairly large project that helped create training institutions, multiple training buildings within Nigeria, all throughout the state, okay? And there was an education program provide vocational work, electrical work, welding work, basic carpentry, stuff like that. So the output would be the buildings and the training program.
And the trained people.
Yes, and the number of trained people per year. But the outcome should be a larger workforce that's capable of holding down jobs, more activity, more productivity, stuff like that. Okay? So those are two of the most important words.